Hello, hello. Kurume here with yet more car talk. So today we'll be touching on the general safety standards of cars, or the general vehicle safety standards in SA. So with this, we'll be looking at some of the unsafest or the most unsafe vehicles in SA. And we'll be also looking at some OEMs which I feel are probably taking us for a ride, in terms of some of the safety specifications that they provide in some of their vehicles, or their lesser vehicles, if I can put it that way. So this content, I got it when I was I went through, there was a campaign, I think Safer Cars for SA. So it's similar to the one that they have in Europe, the Euro NCAP. So they just take cars and then they subject them to various tests, some which are meant to simulate head-on collision, some are meant to simulate when you're T-boned, some which are meant to simulate being being bumped in the rear, and so on and so on and so on. So I think I'll just jump straight into it and, mention some of those cars which had very concerning, safety result, in terms of the tests. So I think the first one, the reason why I'm starting with this car is because it's very, very common in SA. It's the Nissan hard body or the soft body. So this one had an NCAP rating or a safety rating of 0. And it's just that I can't share the pictures, unfortunately, now, but I think I'll probably share a link to where you can get this article. So safety rating of 0 effectively means, should we involved in a crash if you survive? It's by the grace of the Lord. It all depends on your belief, of course. But yeah, I think the structural integrity of that car was compromised, and I think most of those hard bodies came with 1 or 2 airbags. So yeah, it didn't perform great at all. And another one, the Datsun Go. The Datsun Go, I think, at some point also received a 0-star rating. I think this was the first one that came into SA. But I think with the succeeding models, they improved a bit. They added a bit more safety features. They added more airbags and the likes. So yeah, and then I think there was also a Cherry QQ3. That one also performed terribly. Awful, it was just awful. I think it was 1 star or 0 star, I don't remember. And of course, we're not just going to talk about the cars that did bad, also talk about the ones that have a very decent safety record. The Toyota Etios, I think, was a 4 star. And then there's also, which one is it now? I think the Honda Amaze, I think it was also a 4 star. And then, which other one was there? Yeah, I think those are the ones that I can remember from the top of my head. So, but then with that, I started thinking and I started looking around, starting to see, okay, which are some of the OEMs which provide, some of this safety features standard? And which are some of the OEMs that, are a bit stingy, especially with lesser models, because as we all know, every OEM has different trim levels, You have the entry level and then you have the higher spec ones. So my point is, I understand some of the safety features are more meant for the luxurious, segment, or not segment, but for the luxurious or the more expensive cars. But I think there are some things which should be basic. Things like your electronic stability control, your ABS, you should have a decent number of airbags in the car. And obviously the structural integrity of the car. So what concerned me is the fact that Toyota I found to be one of those OEMs that, I think on the Yaris, you only get something like 4 airbags on the Toyota Yaris S, but on the entry-level ones, you only get 2 front airbags, but you don't get any rear airbags. Then on the buggies as well, this one was quite a concern for me, because I saw on the entry-level ones, the SRX, you only get, on the 4x2s, you get 2 airbags. You only get 4 airbags and more when you start going to the 4x4, and obviously your legends, your Dakars, and all of that, they have all the bells and whistles. So really, I for one think, what, I understand, these cars are priced differently because you spend so much money producing it, you want to put in so much into it, so therefore you can only afford to sell it for so much. But when it comes to safety, I think we should have a standard, we should have a benchmark to say it doesn't matter whether this is an entry level or the top of the range. The standard of safety should be the same. It should not change regardless, So yeah, that's just some of my thoughts, or some of the thoughts that I have and I thought I should share with you guys. So once again, I'm open to further engagements, comment, and yeah, let's engage further on this matter, because I feel like this is something that is very important and often overlooked, and I'm sure there's some of the things that some of us didn't even realize, okay, it's fine. I'm driving maybe a Polo, for example, and then I'm driving maybe a Comfort Line, and somebody's driving a Highline, and then only to find that the person driving the Highline has 2 more airbags. I mean, come on, what is that? I understand with the Highline you can have adaptive cruise control. That's fine. That's a luxurious thing. I don't need it. It doesn't really affect my safety that much, But ABS, EBD, airbag quantity, I feel like it should be the same regardless. So yeah, guys, thank you so much, and till next time.